A towering monument to one of the most revered figures in Native American history is slowly taking shape in South Dakota, not far from another giant memorial, Mount Rushmore. Crazy Horse was among the leaders of the Lakota Sioux who attacked and destroyed a U.S. Army regiment in 1876, a two-day battle that went down in history as Custer's last stand. The sculpture's creation began in 1947 and is likely to take more than a century to complete. Mark Albert traveled to Crazy Horse, South Dakota, to show us why.
Soaring over the dense woods of the Black Hills is a monument to a Native American legend and to a dream deferred. Here, crews are carving the history of the Oglala Lakota and their fearless warrior, Crazy Horse. They were pushed out of these lands once, but granite is much harder to banish. For nearly 70 years now, workers have toiled on this mountain. Monique Julkowski's father was the first.
What year did construction begin here?
June 3rd, 1948.
And it is 2016.
Yes.
You're still going 7 decades later.
We are. Yeah, we are.
Why is it taking so long?
That's a big mountain. That's a big mountain.
And the weight of transforming it into an icon is heavy indeed. Julkowski's father, Korchak, was still bending the mountain to his will at 69, as 60 Minutes' Morley Safer found when he visited in 1977. Korchak started carving when he was 32.
Tell me, mister, how can I ask you to believe that I can carve that mountain if I don't believe in myself first? Of course I'm egotistical. I believe I can do it. I know I can do it. All my life I've wanted to do something so much greater than I could ever possibly be.
Korchak helped etch Mount Rushmore in the summer of 1939, which drew the attention of Lakota Chief Henry Standing Bear, who invited him to design a memorial to American Indians.
He said, my fellow chiefs and I would like the white man to know the red man had great heroes too.
But Korchak instead volunteered to serve in World War II and landed on Omaha Beach. It would steel him for the fights to come. After the Allies won, he turned down offers to build war memorials in Europe to instead construct one to another leader in battle, Crazy Horse. Korchak's wife Ruth told Safer it became all-consuming.
His work has to come first, or he'd just be another person selling insurance or cars or something like that.
I said, never forget. It comes first. You come second.
And she agreed?
She said, it's all right with me, dear. Now, the children know that. They know they come third.
What was it like to be told that you were third, that the mountain was your dad's first priority?
Coming third in my world was first in most other kids' lives. So the love that I got was more than most other kids got.
Very fortunate.
Yep.
You never looked at it as if you were third place.
No.
Watch it!
In 7 decades, crews have blasted and hauled millions of tons of rock from the site.
The mountain was shaped kind of like the shape of a pig's back.
In a 1977 Jeep with her childhood silver hard hat in the back seat, Julkowski took us up the winding road to the top.
And this is Crazy Horse's arm that we're on now.
Where her father's vision peers out over the hills. The carving is more than 64 stories tall. Crazy Horse's eyes are 17 feet wide. And all 4 of Mount Rushmore's presidents will be able to fit under the Native American leader's arm when it's finished.
Those blocks are being hand drilled and removed with feathers and wedges, and then our Manitou picks it up and carries them away.
How close are we to seeing that outstretched hand?
But I'd say 5 to 7 years.
It's still a family affair. 3 of Monique Julkowski's siblings also work on the project, along with 4 of Korchak and Ruth's grandchildren.
Use shims and wedges, drill a lot of holes.
Including 32-year-old Caleb, the 3rd generation.
Hopefully 1,000 years from now, people will still see it, and it just kind of grounds you to, I don't know, a deeper story of America that people just maybe won't be aware of.
Dreams don't come cheap, though.
How much money do you get from the federal government for this project?
None.
How much do you get from the state government?
None.
How do you pay the bills?
Admission fees and donations.
So far, that's brought in $33 million from families like the Boubiers from Illinois, who set up chairs and blankets just after Labor Day to watch one of 2 ceremonial night blasts in the chill air.
We said, well, we got to come back for this. We'd better not miss it.
This blast every September 6th honors Crazy Horse's death and Korchak's birth. Aline Gaddy, a member of the Lakota tribe, performs here.
There's a really harsh history of how our Black Hills is taken from our people. So I'm really fortunate that the monument here, that the mountain here gives us, natives an opportunity to educate the general public about our culture and about proper respect when they come into our land.
And the education is just beginning. The memorial's master plan includes an Indian University of North America, museum, and cultural center.
This isn't just about a mountain.
Oh, no. The mountain, Dad said, was the smallest part of the whole project. And so the mountain is a wonderful thing, but it isn't what really will help people. It's the knowledge, and knowledge comes from learning. And so that university and the museum here, those are the most important things.
To me, this is a work of art.
Korchak never took a day of sculpting lessons, and yet for more than half his life, he carved a masterpiece for the ages, not once taking a salary. And when he died in 1982 at age 74, he still wouldn't leave. Orphaned as a child, he had found his home.
We're at Dad's tomb.
His youngest daughter took us to where Korchak lies buried at the base of the mountain. He rests behind his final carving, an epitaph he cut out of steel. It reads, "Storyteller in stone."
Well, he wanted us to know that he was, part of living is dying, and that when he did die, we would be prepared to carry on. But he did say he couldn't carve the mountain from the grave.
The sculptor and a towering Native American legend sharing a mountain and a dedication for these lands for eternity. For CBS This Morning Saturday, Mark Albert in the Black Hills of South Dakota.
Jeff, not only is it just so impressive from a visual standpoint, but it's really the only way people can remember Crazy Horse because he was never photographed. And where he was buried, they deliberately made it so that it's not marked, so people can't actually go to the site.
I heard a little bit of about this monument before, but seeing it at this level and also seeing some of the old footage from 60 Minutes is just, it's amazing to watch. Just amazing.
70 years and going.
Yep.